If you are pregnant or you've recently had a baby, this podcast is for you. I'm your host, Kath Bequee. I'm a physiotherapist working in women's health and mum of 3. Inside my online program, Fitness Mama, I help women feel confident and strong inside out as they navigate pregnancy, birth, and postnatal recovery. Each week, I bring you 2 episodes to support you on your motherhood journey, whether it's real and raw birth stories from fellow mums, expert interviews with trusted health professionals, or bite-sized Q&As where I answer your most common questions. It is possible to feel amazing in your body during this stage of life, and I want that for you. Come and say hi on Instagram at kathbequee.physio, and let's dive into today's episode. Hey, welcome back to the Pregnancy, Birth and Recovery podcast, and Happy New Year. At the time of recording, it's just gone past 9 a.m. It's New Year's Day. This is a totally raw, unedited podcast episode, but I really wanted to get it out there for 2 reasons. One of my New Year's goals is to actually be more consistent turning up for you all. 2025, I was pretty consistent with the podcast, not amazingly consistent, but I was pretty good. Most weeks there were episodes released. I wasn't as consistent at all with my socials, Instagram. Life just got in the way. You know what it's like. Mum, 3 kids, work clinically as a physiotherapist. Life's busy, but a New Year's goal is to be more consistent, which sometimes means showing up when it's a bit more raw and and unedited. And that's what this podcast episode today is. I'm not going to wait for my beautiful podcast editor to edit this because she's away on leave, having a much deserved, needed break. So here we are. I'm just going to hit publish after this episode. But the second reason I wanted to record this episode at 9 a.m. on New Year's Day is because my Instagram algorithm has hit me this morning. I was scrolling in bed, and for those with kids, you know there's no such thing as a sleep in on New Year's Day. So as normal, despite the late bedtime for my children, they were awake up at 6 o'clock as per normal, even though they were in bed about 4 hours after their normal bedtime. Anyway, so I was having a coffee in bed scrolling, and my Instagram hit me with so much this morning. There were questions coming through about how to get the pre-body baby back. There were reflections on the year just gone. There was heaps of goal setting, lots on exercise and fitness routines for 2026. And it made me feel uneasy, so hence jumping onto this episode this morning. I want to discuss goal setting, exercise goals, New Year's resolutions, but through the lens of pregnancy and postpartum, because I love a good goal setting session. Every year I think about business goals, I could think about work goals, personal goals, family goals. I chat to my husband, we chat about our goals, everything from the small stuff from how many times we are going to try to sit down as a family to have a family meal each week, with my husband's work and all the rest, like random stuff like that. We talk about small and big goals. And I do also think about my personal fitness goals. And for me at the moment, it's relatively easy. I'm not pregnant, I'm not postpartum, but I do need to talk to my husband about it because for me, the biggest issue is fitting it in around his work schedule because he does a lot of travel for work and he's just often not around. And with the 3 kids, getting them off to school in the morning, after school activities, working, it's just not as simple to exercise. Like it's not possible to just exercise when I feel like it or when I have motivation or when I want to. But I'm able to work it around and I'm able to plan. It's doable. I'm not pregnant, I'm not postnatal, and it's relatively simple with the planning. However, And this is where this podcast episode comes in. One thing I always feel uneasy discussing is fitness goals during pregnancy and postpartum. This is a totally different ballgame. And if you're pregnant listening to this and you've also been hit with the same Instagram algorithm that I have, and you've got, viral videos of women who are really strong and fit and active and they're pregnant, they're exercising during pregnancy, or, they're really strong postpartum, and they're talking about how they're doing it and their goals, that's great and hats off to them. But I really do feel during this stage of pregnancy and postpartum, the normal resolution goal setting goes out the window. So I want to chat to you about how I approach goal setting during pregnancy and postpartum. Because on the one hand, we want to keep moving our body. We know that's going to help with our postnatal recovery outcomes. And we know we want and need to move our body. There's so many health, mental, long-term benefits of exercising during pregnancy. But on the other hand, this is a stage of our life where we're tired, nauseous perhaps, pelvic girdle pain. We might have a toddler. You might be working full-time. You might just be feeling so exhausted and time poor and unable to do what you want to be able to do. So let's discuss ways to approach goal setting during pregnancy and postpartum that I really think makes a big difference in the short term, but also long term to help reach your overall long-term goals. And I do just want to quickly say this isn't about exercising in order to lose weight or to, get the baby body back, pre-baby body back, any of those external factors. When I approach exercising during pregnancy, I approach it from a lens of let's help with our mental health. Let's help with our confidence. Let's help with our pelvic floor health so we're not leaking when we're coughing and sneezing and laughing. Let's help our bodies be strong so that we can cope with the demands of motherhood. So I just want to put that out there. If this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, welcome. But I'm not talking about exercising for those external factors such as the weight loss and the how we look aspect. I mean, that's all a secondary aspect, but it's not the lens to which I view, and this is personally as well. I as soon as I became a mother, I think my whole relationship with my body changed dramatically, and that was a big part of matrescence for me and becoming a mother. And in my early 20s, perhaps exercise was more about how I looked externally. And I hate to admit that. And now in my 40s, I can admit that. But as soon as I became a mum, I realized there was so much more to exercise. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's talk about this goal setting. Step number 1, what are your long-term goals? A year might not be enough here. Let's think about, say, 2 years' time when you're after pregnancy, after you've had that recovery phase of postpartum. What are your goals? Do you want to be running a marathon in 2028? Or are your goals as simple as being able to run around with your kids at the park? You want to be able to jump on the trampoline without leaking. You want to feel strong so that you can lift your kids with no back pain. What are your long-term goals? And then once you've got that in your mind, I think that's always good to just have in your mind. Let's think about here and now. Where are you at? What are your roadblocks? Is it the fact that you're feeling nauseous, tired? Is it the fact that you've got the pelvic girdle pain? Or are you like me, when my husband was away a lot and you were doing it all by yourself? Are you a single parent who perhaps doesn't have any family support or partner support at all? Where are you at in life? What are your roadblocks that are limiting you from doing what you want to be able to do? Because once we've got the sort of here and now, and then the long-term goal, then we can think about bridging the gap. And I think this is often underrated. Think, what's the next step to help me feel good today? In the next 15 minutes, what can I do to help me feel good. Often it's as simple as going for a walk around the block or lying down in the sun in the back garden and doing some beautiful stretches. Let's say you're feeling achy and nauseous. It's probably not a time to do a strong workout, but doing some beautiful stretches outside in the back garden might help you feel so much better. So what can you do at the moment to nourish your body, rejuvenate your body for where it's at the moment, rather than depleting it further? And this is where I really think about, rather than taking off really big goals with goal setting, let's just take off one bite, like chewable bites. Like, what's something we can do this week where you're at, where your lifestyle, where your family's at? What can you do this week that is really simple, that's going to help you feel better? Feel better physically, feel better mentally. What can you do to nourish your body? And this is underrated, this stuff here. And I know I'm biased, but this is where I think there's a phase in every woman's life where home-based workouts are that stepping stone to getting back to the gym or getting back into your normal exercise routine or getting back into running. But at the moment, here and now, all you can manage is 10 minutes of beautiful exercises to do in your bedroom or in the garden. And this is where the Fitness Mama app can be really helpful. Or it doesn't need to be the Fitness Mama app. Just what can you do that helps nourish your body for where you're at? Think about pelvic floor. Think about beautiful stretches. Think about just general movement. It's different for everyone. They always say the best exercise is the exercise that you actually do. But if you do need help in, inspiration, doing exercises that nourish your body for where it's at. For example, Fitness Mama does have the pelvic girdle pain friendly workouts. It does have pelvic floor exercises. It does have the nausea friendly workouts that are really simple, low key. Anyway, I am digressing. I didn't mean to talk about Fitness Mama. I just wanted to, help you think about what movements are simple, what movements are doable, and what will help you feel better today. And I think that's a really nice way to start and a way to reframe your exercise during pregnancy and postpartum, because it's not the same as for the rest of your life or before your pregnancy. I really think you're at a unique stage of your life and you need to nourish your body with a unique stage and with different things to normal. So that's it. I'm signing off, but Happy New Year. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. If it's your first episode or your 280th episode, welcome and thank you. I hereby promise I'm really going to endeavour to show up more for you on my socials and continue to be consistent with this podcast, because I do thank you for all the messages I have received over the months and years. And if you want to say hi, come and say hi. I'm on Instagram at kathbequet.physio. Have a lovely day, and here's to 2026. Bring it on. Thanks for listening to the Pregnancy, Birth and Recovery podcast, brought to you by Fitness Mama, your app for home-based, physio-led pregnancy and postnatal workouts. If you found this episode helpful, please tap follow, leave a quick review, and share it to your stories. Tag at kathbequet.physio. I'd love to connect and cheer you on. And don't forget to check out the free trial at fitnessmama.com/free to start feeling confident, strong, and supported today. Until next time, remember, a strong body, a confident birth, and empowered recovery is something you deserve. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for individual medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your healthcare provider for your personalised guidance.